Hello, my name is Tara, and this is ETS-Lindgren. Follow me as we gain knowledge from leading industry experts in audio, medical, filters, chambers, and much, much more. Welcome to Tara's Tech Talks.
Welcome to Tara's Tech Talk. In today's session, we have a new guest, Laura Burris. She works for our software team. So Laura, how about you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself and also what you do for ETS-Lindgren.
Hi, I'm Laura Burris. I work under the software department under Michael Christopher. I graduated from Mary Hardin Baylor with a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, and I've been working for ETS about 7 years now.
Wow. So you're working for our software team, and are you a coder, programmer, or?
Not exactly. So as the technical writer, what I do is I write up a lot of the help documents, and I collect all of the information from the various support emails and stuff. So any of the frequently asked questions, explaining step-by-step guides on how to do the setup of the equipment and the software. Sometimes I help the technical support team with instructions on how to set up the software and install it. I've also been working with the training team, so Larry Sheridan and the other people like him who go to the on-site trainings, and they teach you how to set up profiles and stuff.
So you put together all the training documentations as well?
I work with the trainers and help them with the documentation, yes.
That's very cool. So you're basically a decoder of decoding all the engineering language into a proper documentation, so it's easier for our customer to understand.
Yeah, I'm kind of like a technical translator in a way between the engineers and the customers and our software team with the coders. Okay,
so I mean, we do use a lot of software and platforms in our industry to operate different instrumentations and solidify different testing methods. And also, of course, all the convenience comes with it. I'm sure we take for granted. Is there anything you can highlight for us as for, what's the specialties of what we can offer?
Yeah, so mainly I've been working with the support portal and adding in documentation for everyone who's in maintenance. So a lot of PDF how-to guides that are combined with profiles that we have pre-made by some of our experts like Jack and Larry. And
those are our in-house SMEs, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and some of the people who go off-site and help people there. And then also I've started also making how-to videos since people have started requesting that. And those are both for people in maintenance on the portal, but some of them are also starting to be posted on the YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, I find that very useful, and also, it gives people a much better understanding when, versus have to go through lines and lines and pages of documentations. You have somebody interact with you, actually understand what the questions you have, and also explain it in a much straightforward language.
Yeah,
so.
Basically a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, a video's worth 1,000 more. So I really just want to make the videos to kind of help with some of the more frequently asked questions that I see a lot.
Yeah. So Laura, can you give us some examples, just to highlight the different functionalities we can offer for our users?
Yeah, so like I said, we have the support email, we have the support portal with the ticketing system, so anyone who's in maintenance can do that. We also have a lot of training experts who walk you through step-by-step how to set up your profiles and the basics of the program as you get them. And then we've been doing a lot of step 2 guides, and we've been doing more videos too as just different categories such as setting up profiles, setting up test equipment, running a test, how to do that, how to capture debug information, anything that you would need just to be going forward.
Okay, so do we actually, when we think about those contents, do we take on feedback from customers and users on the things that they most struggle with, and then expand from that, so so the contents we provide is up to date? with customers' needs? Is that how,
Yeah,
how
so
you guys
that was kind of how we focused some of my training after the initial documentation that I took over. Going forward, there's a lot of stuff that I just didn't know because I was stepping into it as a new person. And so I took that as a, well, I can be basically in the perspective of the customer. I'm not an expert. I'm learning also just as much as they are. And basically what I do is I take the information that they give me, I go and I test it myself, and then I kind of work backwards through the process and be like, okay, here's what I did, here's what worked, here's what didn't work. Let me write down, you know, like pitfalls that you can run into. Here's a kind of a streamlined process on what I found worked really well for me. And I write it down and I try to make it really easy to understand. I add screenshots if, you know, it's in a PDF form, or in video, I'll try to add like arrows and stuff that kind of point out to how you find the information.
That is really, really helpful, because I mean, I think there's similar, you know, strategy that, you know, we sales has adopted, that, you know, try to put yourself in customers' shoe. You know, think like, hey, what are the questions that I think would be beneficial to help me make a decision as for purchasing? But I guess for your perspective is, you know, as a brand new customer using your software, you know, I'm new to this, same like you having a brand new iPhone, where do I start, right? Help me to better understand the process so that I can get the best out of the software. So that's very helpful, to think like a customer and then, you know, try to troubleshoot through this and then go step by step. So yeah, okay. So there are bound to be some challenges, right, in, you know, as a technical writer. Is there anything you can share with us? Like,
so sometimes I don't know the information they're talking about. I don't know the stuff they're referencing. There's a lot of like the RF vocabulary that I sometimes have to learn. So sometimes I have to go and talk with our experts, whoever they are, and be like, hey, can you explain this to me? And I have them walk them through me step by step. Sometimes they'll go through and they'll be like, okay, well, in this situation, this is how you would do it. And then I kind of try to repeat it back to them to make sure that I understand what they're talking about. And then writing it from my perspective on how basically it is incorporated into the software and how you would use the software to accomplish that goal.
so that's like a self-learning process. Then you know, so we can better help our customer once we understand what the issue is or what we're trying to explain, right?
Basically, if it's complicated for me to understand, and I have a background in computer science,
Right.
and it's been a few years now since I started, there's still stuff that I don't understand.
Of course.
I'm okay with that. That's fine. That's the whole point of the help documentation.
Sure.
I need to learn it so that I can basically teach and help the others who may not understand as much either.
Yeah, and I mean, I totally understand this for test engineers. I'm sure they go through mountains of standards and documentations. It's, you know, there are times it can be pretty dry and, you know, like wordy to go through. So I'm sure they find, you know, your support is super helpful and you can actually translate.
Translate, simplify,
Yeah.
ease the process.
Of course. Okay, Laura, so one last question. So where can our users find those information?
Okay, so first you can always go to the ETS homepage, and there's a link that goes directly to the software, and it'll open up the support portal, and there's both information on the outside with the documents and the downloads. The documents will have any of like the PDFs or text files that have info on like recent updates. It'll have basic info on how to like update your maintenance license, stuff like that. And then the downloads will be various stuff that's for free, that's outside the paywall. And then once you have maintenance, you can log in, and there's even more like profiles and stuff that are specific to people in maintenance that you can access as well, as adding like support tickets and whatnot that get access to the more important info that our help people provide.
Okay, well, so yeah, thank you so much for spending time with us. I guess we just every day we learn a little bit more about the organization and you know what we do for the company, for our customers, and also to improve our services, right? So thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Tara.
Thank you.